Hope everybody's having a great day. Happy Friday to everybody. It is Friday. Yes, it is Friday. Just chilling out, doing the do, and hopefully some people could jump on and we could just talk. What's going on. I think I'm gonna boil a coffee too in the meantime while we're setting up here and just ready to talk. Just hey, we've been talking through this. I think we're gonna be what 22 weeks out from this mic of the night. I think we're at 23 weeks. I'll tell you right now. We're counting the weeks out of this prepper window we're in, and until the springtime. And let me just check. If you haven't seen the last episode of Mike of the Night, watch it. Yeah, we're going to be 22 weeks out from spring, and we're just getting there one week at a time. We're talking it through, right? So I've been getting a lot, well, not a lot, a few messages that people can't find me on Odyssey or can't find Mike in the Night. Guys, there's a link on top of the channel if you're on a PC where it says Odyssey. Then if you go to the About section on this channel, you'll see a link to Odyssey. And then if you go to some of the community section where we're talking, and you scroll down, you'll see links to upcoming episodes of Mike in the Night. And if you haven't checked this one out, this is the one here with Eduardo. You're going to want to see this one. 23 weeks out, episode 463. This is a really good Mike in the Night. And the one before was even good too. And the one before was even better. So, how's everybody doing out there? Could someone jump on the comments and say hi and, tell me what's going on in your neck of the woods? Where are you from? Where are you? Are you in Atlanta? Are you in New York? Oh, the Saxon of Riverstone in the house. Thank you for acknowledging. Tennessee, New Jersey, Boston, Augusta. Where are you? Are you in Melbourne, Australia? Yeah, you guys are having not much of a spring there. It's still pretty cold in some parts, and New Zealand is still pretty cool. Yeah. So we got WS Winston Smith. Great work, Mike. Keep it up. Maple Ridge. Yeah, I used to have a friend that was from Maple Ridge, and he used to call it Maple Ditch. And we have Calgary in the house. Calgary, Alberta, and that video I made of Daniel Smith. I don't know if you guys seen it, but it went semi-viral until YouTube just cut it off. Good afternoon from the Philly Burbs, Pennsylvania. That's our man Jay Pastor. Has been commenting here for, I don't know. But we just hang out, talk. We're 22. We're going to be 22 weeks out from spring. And nice cold lemon water in the morning. Yeah. Guys, drink lemon water, man. Just get that. Try and detox or get the toxins out of the crap we eat every day. It's just, I'm lucky because we just go to butcher shops, right? We get butchered meat, we get fresh this, we get fresh that. So I'm not too worried, right? And then produce is not a problem either. I mean, we're in farm heaven here. I'm only 2 miles out from anything, right? Like I could go hunting I could get out of here 2 miles. I'm hunting, right? Whew. Oh, Pamela Page. She got a notification this time. Pamela Page got a notification. Yeah, okay, so guys, there's people, quite a few people that have been messaging me. I went on some Facebook, and on Facebook I had messages that were, how do you say, restricted or blocked for me to see. And I went through the back end to see them. It's weird. And I had a lot of messages from people that they can't find Mike in the Night on Odyssey. So it's frustrating, when you're jumping between platforms because you're just not allowed to speak, right? Oh, we got an update here from Low Roller Scratcher reporting for the channel here. Kane West has been canceled since he is messing with the wrong white peoples. And that is Low Roller Scratcher reporting for us, always keeping us updated on what's going on and where it's going on. And he's been on here, I don't know, what, 8 years now? 9 years? I don't even know anymore, man. Because that's how, it's adding up, and that's how long it's been, But just dropped a pile of magic cards on the floor. And, yep. But it is what it is, folks. It is Friday, and it's Saturday afternoon in Australia, but it's Friday here. What are you guys planning for the weekend? What are you guys doing? It's Halloween weekend. I didn't really Halloween the store up this year. It just came so quick. Everything's coming so quick. And then it's Remembrance Day or Armistice Day or whatever you want to call it. And then from there, it's Christmas. And, we'll when the winter kicks off, and then hopefully March rolls in, and nothing's going on. Well, guys, I want to talk about this is very interesting. This is really interesting. Okay, you guys know I put a pile of solar panels on my house. You guys know I've been working towards preparing for this dark winter if we have one. It could be nothing, but it may be something. And then, but Mike, you're in Canada, you shouldn't worry. Yeah, I worry the most because I'm in Canada. And what has happened and transpired over the last year alone, never mind the last couple of years, just the year alone, right? Okay, so, anyways, I got my electricity bill. My electricity usage went down 28% because of my solar. I have a sub panel that's off grid. So 28%, let's say 30%. Let's just say round it up to 30% usage, less. But my electricity bill went up in price. So I used 30% less electricity than I did last month. But my electricity bill is up like $35. Like up 35 to like $200. So you see where I'm going? You see how expensive when people watch in the wintertime with the gas, the $700-$800 bills to heat the house. Watch. But I keep telling people, and people are like, oh man, it's so expensive to live in Canada. Because the gas is not expensive. It's the transportation, the municipal fees, the taxes on that, the carbon tax, the this tax, that tax. I read my bills out for you guys. They're on the channel. Go look, read my gas bill or my gas bill. You'll see what I'm talking about, and you'll be like, you paid $700 for gas? You better upgrade your windows. Yeah, they are. They're all upgraded. There's not a single peep of cold air coming into that house from anywhere. Yeah, HST tax, all kinds of tax. No, HST made sense for small business. Like for me, as a small business, HST was the best thing that ever happened to me. I would pay one tax on everything, and off, and then kind of defer the tax with my sales. You get me? So then I would have one bill to pay, and accounting fees dropped down 90%. It was just one piece of paper to send in every other month. But then once they got rid of the HST, they saw that businesses were expensing things. Small businesses, family businesses, were benefiting from HST, and they took it off and put it back to the old, very complicated system, so that we could make mistakes and we could be audited. My utilities went down this month. Really weird, says Pamela Page. Start burning trees to heat your house. I'm building a fireplace out of steel drums. Yeah, you know what? I have the auto insurance from $2,500 to $5,000 per year in the Greater Toronto area. Mike, I really like your daily posts. It's unbelievable what is going on every day. It's beyond unbelievable. It's beyond that now. It's every 23 minutes there's something happening. Before every 6 months, before every 2 years. Now it's every 23 minutes. So, who else is commenting here? Mike, you should go for full-time solar energy. I will. It's because it's designing and figuring it out how it goes. I have a good grip on understanding certain things now. I really do. I really do now. I thought I knew. I thought I researched enough. It's when you put your hands on things, and then you start to realize what is what and how it's what and how it's programmed and what it does or what it's used for. And then things start to make real good sense, especially when you get like a double red seal electrician, top of the line. Like I'm talking like guy that my second last month bill $81. My last month was 55. As soon as rain, oh hold on. As soon as rain stops, I'm trying to get 10 panels up, but not in lightning. LOL. That's Joey Jennings. You should start mining Dogecoin or Bitcoin so you can, uh, yeah, entice heat in your house. Somebody was telling me that I could entice heat in my house. Stock lots of water, food. Yeah, that's already been done, said and done, and already put in stone. Right now, we're counting down our prepper window. Our prepper window is going to be at 22 weeks out. When Civil War hit, Sarajevo, the trees and both wild and zoo animals disappeared fast. Oh yeah. Yep. It's all bankers' wars. All wars to disenfranchise people. What does Pamela saying? What does 20 degrees Celsius? 20 degrees Celsius. What is that? Like 60? Oh, 20? No, 20 degrees is like 75, 80 Fahrenheit. I think. 20 degrees? Yeah, it's like 75, 80 Fahrenheit. I think so, or maybe 70 Fahrenheit. I don't know. But yeah, well, we don't get a lot of people anymore on these live streams because I get a lot of people telling me after the stream that they just got the notification. So that's it's a bummer that we can't talk to more people at the same. Sorry guys, I'm just picking up a pile of magic cards that fell on the floor here, and yep. So I'm getting a lot of hate mail too from people upset that the housing is crashing, and I've been bringing it on, and I've been prophesizing, and I've been praying to the house gods to weird email to basically bring down the price of housing, and there's a lot of people that owe more than what they borrowed, so it's going to be a very interesting trial for a lot of people. It's going to be a trial. It's going to be a life experience for a lot of people. No one gets notified. I always see you later. I always see you. Oh man, it keeps moving here. Let me see here. I always see you later and get mad that YouTube didn't even tell me. Yeah, for today. It's okay, guys. Okay, we have Sean, and we have disappearing here. Cash, and we got the Cash Chapel there, and then we have if folks aren't getting notified, unsubscribe and resubscribe and see if that helps. Guys, I'm okay. Yesterday was Thursday. I had maybe 4 people come in here and shake my hand and talk to me. They're passing either going to the coast or coming from the coast to the interior. So I'm in a crossroads here. So people have to pass through me if they're going and if they know who I am. I had people in here yesterday, like 4 different people yesterday to come to see me. And each and every one of them either can't find me, come in and ask me if I'm still making videos on YouTube because they can't find me, and wondering if I'm still on Odyssey because they can't find me on Mike in the Night. So that is a problem. I think that's a problem. But it's something that we have to do as a regiment, like for ourselves. Like luckily, and I'm going to tell you guys this, and people are probably going to say, whatever, Mike. I really don't watch anything on YouTube at all, ever. If I do, no, I'm not going to lie. If I do, it's music. I listen to music when I wake up and get ready. And another thing I watch on YouTube is spiritual stuff, biblical stuff, near-death experience stuff. That's it. I don't watch anything else on YouTube. I don't watch financing, housing, marketing, markets, blah, blah, blah. It's been pretty much since, I think, 2020 since I've really watched. Oh, maybe I would watch the odd walking journey video once in a while, see what he's up to, how he's doing down in Texas and stuff like that. That's about it. I really don't sit there and say, I gotta see these, I gotta see. because you can't say anything on here, right? So I had somebody that was in North Carolina that called me at the shop. They were talking to me, and they were telling me basically that they didn't even know there was Mike of the Night. They didn't even know. They just can't find me on YouTube anymore. And I'm like, oh, but go to Odyssey and catch on Mike of the Night. I gave him a link to a Mike of the Night. Then he replied and said, oh, wow, okay, these shows are pretty long. So he's a long-haul trucker. So he could watch and listen to the MP3 if he has to, if he needs to, on the MP3 format, right? So that's the thing, right? So it's keeping us from each other, right? It's like when you're a child, or no, you're a teenager, you're growing up, and you fall in love with somebody, and your parents try to keep you from someone else. Like how that was. Everybody knows what I'm talking about here. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. They try to keep you from one another, right? Because they feel you are a bad influence on them, or they will be a bad influence on you. And that's what YouTube is doing, and pretty much every platform is doing the same thing. Like every platform wants to be the YouTube and pour gravy down your pants, and watch the odd bizarre thing on that. That's what they want. That's what they want you to talk. They don't want you talking like this. Talking is illegal, right? So, anyways, woo! Just here at the shop, somebody dropped me off some chocolate yesterday, and then I had somebody else give me some Colombian. Was it Colombia? So, people from all over the place coming in, and somebody the other day brought me this. It's from Latin America. It's like hot chocolate. And then somebody brought me this. And then this one here. It's all from Latin America, right? And somebody brought me this. I drank this quick Listo Cafe from, I think it's from Nicaragua or El Salvador. It's from San Salvador. Really good coffee. It's called Listo. So people come in, drop off stuff all the time. I love it. The people, I got this notification. Okay, I got work to do. We'll get back later here. Be safe. Enjoy the day. Hey, Joey, go watch the last episode of Mike of the Night on Odyssey. People are waking up to that, and they're like, holy crap. I forgot what it was like to hear actual, just people talking openly. Kim Osborne is saying Sumol. Yeah, I sometimes, Sumol? No, I don't have any Sumol here. I wish I did. I don't know if there's a grocery store here close by that sells Sumol. I don't think so. It's a orange and tangerine and really good flavors. Yeah, Joey's saying, yeah, he said, okay. Yeah, that's what you want to play at work. If you're at work and you're allowed to hear like podcasts, you're working, but you just got stuff in the background, play this, guys. Play this. This is our last Mike of the Night. I'm scared to push play here because it's on Odyssey, right? I'm actually scared to press play because it might say something. It might actually say something that's gonna shut down my YouTube channel, like literally shut down my YouTube channel. So I gotta be super careful when I cross-reference or play anything from that, right? Yeah, Simon saying 463. Okay, I'll listen to it. Yeah, guys, because people are jumping on. If you want to get into the drama, you start with episode 400. That was the hate time. That was when we were swearing on Mike of the Night, effing this and this prick that and F that. Look at this guy's face. What is he doing? And then really angry, very angry Mike of the Nights. Really angry Mike of the Nights. And then we started to ease up a bit. And I started saying, well, my kids want to watch it or something. Or we stopped the swearing, but we're very transparent. We speak the speak. We don't hide anything, so to say, right? We have nothing to hide, right? Man, let me tell you. We've been doing a lot of episodes of answers, solutions, finding a way out of this predicament that these so-called leaders, and most of them are not there legally, so-called leaders put us in. We should go back to swearing. Oh, I don't mind when people call in and swear and stuff. It's fine, but they gotta remember, it's Mike in the Night. It's not it's not a family show. Well, it's not targeted for entire families. Maybe 13 and older, 14 and older, 14 plus. Snowstorm is coming in your area soon, so YouTube will start promoting your videos when you are in snowstorms. Man as weatherman. Yeah. Well, no, it's gorgeous. It's actually... Here, let me show you guys. There, I'll show you guys right now. So it is actually really, really nice out here. Gorgeous morning. Beautiful day. The sun's out. We got a little bit... Look at blue sky. Gorgeous day here in Merritt. So if you guys want to come and visit me, there. No one on the road. A little bit of tumbleweed. See that? That's tumbleweed on the ground. There's the Merritt Toys and Games. If you guys want to check us out. Oh, there it is right there. Woo! I'm going to change that sign in the spring. I wanted to say, make it a board game night. Because we buy, sell, trade magic cards, but we don't do that anymore. And the problem is, people keep coming in and buying, trying to sell me garbage. So I got to get rid of that. And we don't do video games anymore because people keep stealing them and bringing them, and then I get in trouble by the police. So we're going to get rid of that. And I'm going to put, we are not a pawn shop on there. And maybe people will realize we're not a pawn shop. And we actually sell a pile of board games and have, like, we do RPGs and board games and trading card games, and that's enough for me. That's enough for me. Okay, so somebody said, YouTube like you, Mike, your YouTube channel when you do crazy stuff on YouTube as crazy weatherman. Yeah? I do have sport. I have sport. They gave me back sports cards because a bunch of stores closed. You need a chair. What? You need a new chair at your store? What else do we got here? Such a gorgeous day. You'd never know the demons, suicidal parasites for hard at work trying to... Then love the shop. My kids always have fun there. So, have we decided yet another pandemic or hot war? You know what? I don't know. 2023 is going to be the year of the coffin, folks. Thank you, Mike. It's crazy how many people are still asleep. I left the hellhole of Seattle because of all the nonsense. So you're used to be more of a neighbor, but it's nice to know you exist. Yeah, I even made videos about Seattle, foreign investors destroying Seattle after Vancouver put the foreign buyers tax on in a frantic pace. Destruction, terror. You want to impoverish your country? Sell out your housing supply to a foreign entity, and you'll see what's going to happen. But yeah, no, people are paying for this. People are paying. Now, they're going to go bankrupt and they're going to have to start over. No, people are paying because, you know why? Because 2023 will be the year of the coffin. Big time. Right? So coroners are going to be, just like in New Zealand, we covered this on Mike of the Nights, coroners are being, city coroners, you know, they're being already regulated and trained what to do as things start to head towards winter here. Okay, what's the latest news, Mike? What's been going on this week besides Elon, Kanye, and the distractions? There's a lot of things happening. You guys know everything's falling apart. You got the midterms down in the States. You got energy prices still going up. And you know how they're going to fix inflation? You know how they're going to fix the inflation problem that they have? Because it's going to get a lot worse. They're just not going to talk about it. And they're going to probably ban you from platforms like this if you talk about the inflation or inflationatory problems, or, you know, who would have thought you would have been banned for talking about or questioning health authority? No one would have ever imagined that 10 years ago. So this is a big problem. So I think they're going to solve the inflation problem by just not talking about it anymore and not being allowed to post. And they're going to have Snopes debunking everyone that says, look at my peas or my frosted peas, or look at the steak I bought for $58. I used to pay $12 for. And then Snopes is going to come in, or The View with Whoopi Goldberg, right? The View is going to come and say, oh, these people making these fake photos about the price of food and blah, blah, blah. They're just going to dismiss inflation like it's not even happening. Just like they dismissed Building 7, just like everything else. They're going to dismiss everything, right? So, boycott PayPal. Yeah, okay, hold on. PayPal now said they're going to be fining people $2,500 for misinformation. They've said it again. Well, Mike, no, that was 4 weeks ago, Mike. They said it again this morning. New headline, brand new. So, yeah, boycott PayPal, says Iceman. Iceman's in the house. We got Iceman in the house. If you want to join Iceman in conversation, don't forget to join us on Mike in the Night every Saturday. Tomorrow, I'm going to be getting the thimble ready for you guys tonight. What should I call this Saturday's Mike in the Night? They're going to deny everything. They're just going to deny inflation. What are you talking of? Inflation. They're going to usher in, you know, if you lived in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, they're going to usher, those people don't exist anymore in a way where, well, I used to work, you know, in 1 day's work, I would buy my groceries and pay all my utilities. Basically 3 days of work, I'd pay all my utilities, and a week and a half of work, I'd pay my utilities and my rent and still have disposable income to do things. They're going to dismiss those people, just like Building 7. It never happened. Those days of going out and living a normal life, all you needed was a job, are gone. They're going to dismiss that. They're going to make that into a conspiracy theory. That if you basically, I'm going to make an independent video on this, that if you basically worked a job and you worked a few hours, you know, you got by, you paid your bills, blah, 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 you lived a decent life, you didn't have to have 17 roommates, you know, you did, you know, people are going to dismiss those people as quacks. What are you talking about? So that's the disappearing middle class, and that's something we've been talking about for years. I'm going to write that down. I want to do a disappearing middle class. That's something we've been doing a lot here. Yeah. You're so lucky to own your home, says Scott Morrison. Well, again, I told people, get out of Sydney, get out of Toronto, get out of Vancouver. I took my own medicine. And said, you know what? I don't care what I have here in Vancouver, because it looks like I have a good thing going. I got to get the hell out of here. And I knew I had to get out of Dodge, right? A lot of people don't know what that meaning, get out of Dodge, really means, unless you live in downtown Detroit. But anyways, I had to get out, and I knew it was going to happen. So I paid $260 for my house, and a nice house too, in a cul-de-sac. Neighbors are very spaced apart, good neighbors too. I nice and quiet, big, huge backyard. $260. That was the down payment I was going to put to buy a house in Vancouver. Well, a little bit more than that I was going to put for a down payment to buy a house in Vancouver. And then when I realized that every time I went to go see a house in Vancouver to raise my family, the price of the house went up two to $400,000 in a matter of months. So I said, yeah. And then I'm going to have neighbors to my left and right that are going to despise me. They're going to hate me. Yes, get out of the cities when the yeah. So this is something I remember somebody emailed me and said a few weeks back that prompted me to make a video for you guys. It's kind of funny. If you haven't seen this one, where is it here? It's from about a week ago or so. Hold on a sec here. It's about a week ago or so. Yeah, right here. Get out of the city now. So someone's telling me, hey, Mike, if you want to get your channel up to speed and be with all the other channels on this and that, you got to get out of the city videos. You got to do what all these other big channels are doing. They're telling people to get out of the city and you know, like get out of the city and you should get on with these other channels and what they're talking about, and you know, you could mainstream your channel a little bit more and get on the discussion pieces that everybody's talking about. Get out of the city videos, Mike. You need to make one at least a week and tell people why they need to leave the city. I don't need to make a video once a week, because I've been making videos for years. Get out of Sydney now. Top 10 reasons. Get out of Surrey, Burnaby, New Westminster, Vancouver, mass exodus. Leave the city. Right? 5 years ago. Japan government give away free homes. That's so bad. Get out of Vancouver. Housing is ruined. Canadians fleeing Ontario. Get out of Sydney, Australia. Get out of Toronto by 2020. So, get out of the city. It's brainwashing. This is my $260,000 home. You see? So there it is right there. I've been saying, that's just me typing get out. Right? There's a lot of, look, middle class to be wiped out by 2018. Money laundering, destroying young families. What else? Get out now. Toronto mass exodus, housing crisis. They will tax you to death 4 years ago. So I've been telling people to get out of the city. That's just me typing in get out. Let's see. City. Unhappiest city in Canada. Toronto is the most unhappiest city in Canada. No one has money anymore. Debt-driven economy 2 years ago. So it's, look, why we left Brampton, top 5 reasons. So I've been telling people Libya before destabilization. Libya before the Obama wars. Right? Never living in a city again 5 years ago. So, you know, I've been doing that, what all the channels are doing now and promoting people to get out of the cities. I've been warning people years ago. Nobody even saw those videos. Because I'm not a hero. Yeah. I am in Facebook jail. I have disappeared and noticed my comments are invisible. They stifle the truth. It says Dirk Zink. Hey, Dirk. L. Xaber says, not my content. I saw it as it's a valid tactic to increase user count. Calgary is a hotspot for G5. Facebook is also gross. Yeah, my Facebook is I'm being sarcastic, the best. Because if you have 100,000 plus followers, I have 100,000 plus followers. Nobody sees anything. Nothing gets out. Now create a killer YouTube video how to create a killer YouTube video that'll blow up your channel. Search that video on YouTube. Create a killer YouTube video to blow up your channel. Yeah, I'll search that later. I'll be here at the shop all day, hanging out. But, oh God. So, oh, there it is right there. Look. Our new home, why we left the big city. That's the 270. I thought I paid 260. I don't know. It was like that much money or something. Like before a look at the house, before any updates, 5 years ago. That's the house we bought in the cul-de-sac there. And don't regret it one bit. I don't mind 4 seasons. You know, we have a nice summer here. We got a spring here. We got Fall, it's beautiful outside, it's gorgeous. And no, it's not a deal. Helix, that's not a deal. 260 is not a deal. I live in a town with less than 5,000 people. They say 7, 8,000. I don't believe it. We have 2 stoplights, and I'm paying a fortune in property tax. I got. It's no such thing as a deal for that. I'm 2.5, 3 hours away from Vancouver. I'm 6 hours, maybe 7 hours from Calgary. It's not a deal. That house, 270. That house, realistically, what that house should be worth, what wages are in my area where I live here, what wages are, the average wage income earner, that house needs to be like $130,000, not 260 what I paid for it. Realistically, I'm talking about realistically when you strip all the bullshit off. Yeah, true, man. I'm looking at it from city prices. I agree. Yeah, because I could have bought that same home in Alabama when I bought that house, 2 times the size in Alabama, 2 times the size, and 10 times the land, for probably 105,000 US. Right on the timeline when I bought that. So you got to keep that in mind too, right? Because other places were still undervalued too, like severely under, or wages were tied to, and income was tied to wages, right? Woo! Foreign investors inflated prices huge, huge. That's why China had to put capital flows on their. That's why China had to put capital flows on their money, because more wealth was leaving China in a day than what Canada's GDP is in a year. Simon says, "Yes, I agree, Mike Martins, but the problem is we are not Americans." Well, I'm just saying, like this, in Canada, incomes are not tied to real estate. In red states of America, they still are, right? Parts of Europe, they still are. Parts of South America, Central America, they still are. So that's why you can go to Colombia in a rural part, or a decent part, depending on where you want to be, and still buy a place for under 100,000 US, a good place. Why? Because the incomes are tied to, you know, the housing prices, not money laundering, right? So that was a big problem for us in Canada here. Join Mike every night, Saturday night, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. Great topic, Collins. Woo! Mike in the night, says Iceman. Yeah, as Mike in the night. Last episode with Eduardo was really good. Um, I kind of wish we had more viewership, but you know what? Maybe it's for the best. Maybe we just have us, and it's all good, and we work together, we do our thing, and we kind of talk our way through. We're 22 weeks out now. We are 22 weeks out of the prepper window we've been talking about all this time until spring. And what else we got? Mike, when do you think they will collapse the financial system? Well, it depends when they feel it's ready, right? 2023 is going to be the year of the coffin. So people keep emailing me. It's like, Mike, you were right about 2019, the year of the protest. 2020, the year of the lockdown. The year blah 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 blah. What's 2020? 2022, I said, was the year of the protest, and there's been a lot of protests going, but they don't exist because they're not being televised, or they're not being put out there because people are getting throttled, or people are not being allowed to see what's going on. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. What's 2023, Mike? The year of the coffin. The Saxon of Riverstone says, yes, I live in Colombia. You're correct. And then we got Jane, who says she's new here. It's going to be the year of the coffin. Because a lot of these governments will never, ever, it's just like Building 7. They're never going to take accountability for everything. Instead of taking accountability in 2019 when the world was protesting, no confidence in governments, they pulled the trigger on the you-know-what. And then that's caused even bigger problems. And that's why I believe, and I really hope I'm wrong, and I really hope I'm just some conspiracy nut. Somebody wrote something about me on Facebook that was running for city council here. Conspiracy nut, retard, store owner, toy store owner, whatever. And that's what I hope it is in the end, right? That's all. That's what I seriously hope it is in the end. But yeah, we had the Raven on the last show too. The Raven was on, I think. Was he on the last show? I can't remember. I know we had Eduardo on, and then we called. Look, watch this. That's the last mic of the night on Odyssey, 463. That is German cities host major protests against soaring energy costs. So the problem is Donald Trump isn't president of the United States, so they can't have, because what the media does in Europe, Australia, New Zealand, the UK is they spin it as anti-Trump protests, right? So they can't spin it as that no more. So they can't spin it as anti-Joe Biden protests because that's going to go against the narrative, right? They can't spin it against electric cars are blowing up and catching fire everywhere. It's going to go against the narrative. So they're going to have to kind of say, you know, the whole energy crisis is a major thing. It's becoming a problem, right? Because, you know, it's like Building 7. They're going to try and find ways to disallow it from being a discussion piece, right? So we got no conspiracies anymore. They all come true, says Pamela. Don't worry, Mike T will be back just in time. Yeah. Now they're just spoilers. And that's the problem. This is where we're at right now. I don't even know what to say anymore. We're at that point where, and I don't want to say it, right? I don't want to say it. But 2023 will be the year of the coffin, right? And now New Zealand is getting mandates by governments. Pathologists are getting mandates on what to say and how to do and how to process or tell them how to do their jobs, right? So New Zealand wants to federalize basically the death system, the coroners and all that stuff, and they probably want to federalize funeral homes. And they want to federalize everything. It will be a big business very soon, right? And I don't want to say these things. I don't want to say. I don't want to talk about the. I want to talk about what I think is going to happen, but I don't know what to say. I don't know how to. And I can't. And then I can't say that I didn't warn anyone because I did, right? There's no way. I don't feel like I feel bad. I don't feel bad to say, well, I should have told. I did. I tried. I put videos up there up to 10 years ago. You know? Yeah, zombie worlds. That's what it is. It's a zombie world. Who else is out there? Helix is saying, this is why Odyssey is good. You could say it maybe tomorrow. Oh, I'll say it all tomorrow. You guys know, right? I'll say everything I need to say tomorrow on Odyssey, on Mike of the Night, right? But, Helix is saying, I know what you are thinking, man. You are right. Yeah, we're all like-minded folks here. We all are like-minded folks. We got I in the house. I, did you change your name again? I think I changed his name. He's changed his name a few times here on the show. I know him because of his thumbbill, his little icon there. Man, so what else do we have in headlines here on that Mic of the Night? Doctor urges Canadian Medical Association to investigate the unusual death of 80 doctors dying. We covered that. We were covering it when it was at 4 doctors, and but this is what's being reported, right? And man, Mike in the Night, man, episode 464. This he says, I've reduced myself. Okay, Oh, it's going to be a good one, folks, this Saturday. Join us. I'll see if I can get the thimble and everything tonight. Today's Friday, though, but I'll have it ready for tomorrow. Someone saying my hair needs its own podcast. It sure does, man. I'm walking around town like Sir Walter Raleigh here, like king shit, I'm joking. I don't do that. I don't even care. I just do my own thing and keep to myself and just kind of, just like you guys do, most of you guys. Dirk Zink, Freemasons. That's beyond all that, guys. I think once you start to realize the reality and you start to realize the playing field we're on, once you see the world as stage, once you start to realize that this is all a game, right? A lot of people start to not really materialize for things anymore. They're, the big job, the big this, the big win in life, and the big that, and the big, the big fancy cars, the big houses, the this, the that. Once you start to realize what it's about and how it's manifested over all these years, you'll start to realize that none of that mattered. It never did, right? A lot of it was just fiction in our lives that we've created, right? And that's what I see it as. A big, gigantic ball of fiction that we've manifested with our possessions and things. And that's why, I haven't bought myself, well, okay, I bought a jacket. My Wanderer's jacket. But I haven't bought a jacket like in 3 or 4 or 5, maybe more years. I haven't bought a lot of things in a long time. I just don't need anything. I really don't. People are all playing parts, says Jane. That's right. Once you start realizing it, once you get in touch, I would say it would be more of a spiritual side of things. I would say once you get in touch with because we've had it, we have it in us, right? We're programmed to believe or not to believe, or to believe that there's a higher being, whether you want to call it a god, whether you want to call it the grand creator, it doesn't matter. They could wipe out all religion and restart with 2 people. And restart the whole damn thing. Everybody going forward will be programmed that there is a higher, no matter what, no matter how we want to abolish what we think is right and what we're always going to be programmed at birth. Not through life, at birth, that there is something bigger out there. And we're just playing our part here. And that's what it is in the end. It's what it is in the end. And most people start actually, unfortunately, realize that when they're on their deathbed. That's the sad part, is when you're in your last moments of life that you start to realize what really mattered to you and what really was everything that drove you, how none of it was real. It was just this fiction that you created in yourself and around you. So I just wanted to put that out there because it's very important. It's extremely important. Humans are too perfect. I'm sorry. Humans did not evolve. Human beings never evolved. I'm sorry. For those that want to trust the science, we're just too damn perfect. We're just too damn calibrated to perfection for us to be a fluke. Impossible. It's like a tornado going through a dumpster. Not a dumpster. A tornado going through an auto wrecker yard. And you got this tornado and hurricanes going through the auto wrecker yard for hours and days and weeks and months. And then once the hurricane settles and the dust settles, you have a perfectly pristine Ferrari sitting there because it evolved from all the parts that were in the junkyard. That's what they say. That's what they want us to believe. We as humans are just way too perfect. I'm sorry. Everything was created in a way, designed in a light of some sorts. Lots of light though. And for people to believe, to trust the science, and you're gonna trust the science now after all the BS of all this that's been happening. I'm sorry, guys. Humans are just way too perfect, way too sentimental, way too overbearing, way too violent, way too dumb, way too intelligent, way too for us to be a fluke. It's a fluke. It's evolution. Bull. I'm not preaching gospel here. I'm just telling you what it is, right? In the beginning, was the Word. Jesus is the creator of everything. It says good news bear. And no more death. Any more death threats from Australia? I don't know. I don't even give a. Fast Jimmy in the house. Good day, mate from Queensland, Australia. Did your father or your grandfathers see through the system and taught you to be cautious, or your own awakening? Well, my dad told me two things before he rendered unconscious and died. He told me two things. Take care of your mom and don't trust the government. My dad would, if he would come into a room full of people, even if he didn't even know any of them, he would sit everybody down and tell them how bad the government is. How you don't trust the government because the government is there to take the place of God. Period. Or what we call God. We call him God because this is our way of but once you find it, right, you will realize that it's actually, there's no word to describe it. There's no language on earth. Dirk Singh says your dad was right 100%. Oh yeah. When my dad was on his last 2 days, he was having entire conversations in Portuguese with his mother and with his, with people that he remembered when he was a child, that were old, when he was like 6 years old, that were already in their 60s and 70s. And he was having entire conversations with these people. And he didn't even see us in the room with him. Right? Ooh, Mike, it's the chemicals, the imbalance. It's the science. Trust the science. That's the science right there. Because once you strip it all down, yeah, Nancy Pelosi's husband was attacked. That was yesterday on the news. We're all going to be okay, even if we're not okay. Your father was so correct. Do not trust the government. But the government, what's the point of the government? They don't produce anything. They don't do anything. Right? I'm talking hierarchy governments. I'm not talking about a local mayor, that's helping the town and working with trying to get funds to fix housing and stuff. I'm not talking about that level government. I'm talking about hierarchy control government that tell you basically more of a federal state level, like higher levels of government, not the people on the ground, the ambulance drivers, not the firefighters and people, anyways. It is 11 o'clock, folks. It is 11 o'clock. We are all people that your father we were all the people that your father spoke to, where they passed on as well, aside from his mother. The reason I ask is because your father was seeing past the veil into the next. A lot of us were. It's a nice day. I'm open now, folks. If you want to come and see me, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something before I wrap this up. There is a way to tap into that. But we've lost it over the last, I think, 1,500, 2,000 years. We've lost it. There was a way that we were remember I talked about how we're pre-programmed? There was a way at one point where we could, if we centered, they call it meditation. People call it meditation. It's more than meditation, right? It's actually a higher level of consciousness. But we've lost that way, like many years ago. It's gone, right? All very true. Earbuds in, really busy. But I could hear everything, says Pamela. Anyone with too much authority, ORR, perceived authority, can be seriously problematic, sometimes even at local levels, but local ones have less power. That's correct. That's correct. Not all of us have lost it. It's finding it. It's that maze. It's that cloud. Anyways, guys, I'm going to make an independent video of what I'm talking about here right now. I kind of want to make an independent video and get that out there because most people don't sit through the whole live stream and see what we're talking about. But anyways, I'm on topic now. I'm in the mood. I'm going to do this. Anyways, guys, I will see you tomorrow night on Mike in the Night on Saturday. And we're going to just talk our way through this. We're going to be 22 weeks out through the prepper window. And it's Mike Martins here. I have spoken.